Hello again and welcome to another lesson. We're going to start today by checking the homework. So if you please open your workbook to page 50 please. Okay, and you can check your answers for page 50, exercise 2, 3 and 4 on the left hand of the screen please. And you can check your answers for exercise 5 from page 51 on screen, please. Okay, now that you have finished checking your homework, you can close your workbook. And we'll get started with today's lesson. So please look out your student's book. Okay, we're going to open the student's book on page 72, please. Page 72. Okay, on page 72, the first thing we're going to look at is exercise 4. And we're just again going to do a little bit of revision for the time conjunctions which we studied in the last lesson. So, I would like you to complete the sentences using when, if, before, as soon as, or until. And remember, sometimes more than one answer is possible. Okay? So please complete the sentences. Okay, now you have completed the sentences. I want you to check with your partner, please. And then we'll look at the answers together on screen. Okay, now you have checked with your partner. You can check your answers on screen in the notes box on the right hand side of the screen. Okay, in exercise 5, I'd like you to look at the beginnings of 10 sentences and complete the sentences with your own ideas. After you have done that, I want you to compare your ideas with your partner and also discuss your ideas. In exercise 6, we're going to again hear about James, who we read about in the last lesson. Remember, James has a gap year and he's going to South America. He's going traveling and to visit his friend. So now he's at the airport and he's saying goodbye to his mum. In the article, there are some verbs in brackets. If you see the verb in brackets, I want you to put that verb into the correct tense and of course the correct form. Also, there are some boxes. In the boxes, you need to put one of the 4 time conjunctions. So you can use if, when, while, or as soon as. So remember, if you see the verb in brackets, put the verb into the correct tense. If you see a box, use one of the time conjunctions. Okay, before we listen to the answers, I want you to compare your answers with your partner's, please. Okay, now let's listen and you can check your answers by listening.
Tape script 9.4.
Bye, my darling. Have a good flight to Rio. Remember, we're expecting a phone call from you this evening when you get there.
I'll ring you as soon as I arrive at Diego's house.
Good. What time will you get there?
Well, the flight takes 12 hours. If the plane arrives on time, I'll be there about 11:30. Rio time, of course. If you're asleep when I ring, I'll leave a message on the answer phone.
I won't be asleep.
Okay. Don't worry, Mum. I'll be fine.
All right. But when you travel around the country, will you remember to call us regularly? Make sure you phone twice a week.
Of course. And I'll phone you if I run out of money.
Cheeky. But you must look after yourself, darling. Give my best wishes to Diego's parents. And don't forget to give them this present when you get to their house.
Don't worry, I won't. Oh, they're calling my flight. Love you, Mum. Bye.
Love you, James. Take care.
Okay, the recording is quite long, so if you want to listen again, ask your teacher and they will replay the recording. I'm going to write the answers on screen so that you can double check. Okay, and you can double check your answers on screen. Okay, now you have the answers. I'd like you to practice the conversation with your partner. So one of you will be the mum and one of you will be James. Okay, let's move on to the next page, page 73. On page 73, we're going to look at some hot verbs. Now, hot verbs are called hot verbs because they are very common in English and we use them every day, but also people make mistakes with them quite often. So they're very important verbs. We're going to have a look at 4 verbs today. Make, do, take, and get. Okay? So what I would like you to do first, with your partner, in your notebook, for each of the verbs, I would like you to think of as many phrases using these verbs as you possibly can in 1 minute. For example, make, we can say make a mistake, make a cake, and on and on and on. I'd like you to get some examples for each of the verbs, just 1 or 2 minutes with your partner, please. Okay, I'm sure you found and had lots of ideas about these verbs. They're very, very common. First, we're going to look at make and do. And we're going to look at exercise number 1. In exercise number 1, we have the 2 verbs, make and do. In the box, we have some different phrases. I'd like you to match the verbs with the phrases and put them in the correct box. For example, friends. Of course, you make friends, you do not do friends. So, complete the table with the phrases under the correct verb, please. Okay, and now you can check your answers on screen. So, we make friends. Also, we say make up your mind. Make up your mind means make a decision. If you go to a restaurant and you're not sure if you're going to have the chicken or the fish, maybe the waiter will ask you to make up your mind, to choose, make a decision. Make a fortune means to make a lot of money. Make a noise, of course, if you cough, you make a noise. And the next one is do. Do the washing up. This is when you clean the dirty dishes and plates and spoons and forks that you use for eating. Do me a favor. It means help me with something quite small. For example, I can say to you, if you are going to the shop, can you do me a favor and buy me some chocolate? Help me in a small way. Do my best means try to do the best of my ability. For example, when you do your exams, you should try to do your best. And do a course, of course, is what you are doing. You are doing a course in English. Okay, what I would like you to do now is in number 2, I'd like you to complete the sentences using the phrases from the box in exercise 1 in the correct form. Remember, of course, make can be make, present simple, made, past simple, is making, present continuous, was making, past continuous, has been made, present perfect. Any type of verb you can use, any tense. So use the phrases from exercise 1 and complete the sentences, please. Okay, before we listen for the answers, I'd like you to check your answers with your partner, please. Okay, and let's listen to the answers before we check together on screen.
Tape script 9.5. 1.
I did the washing up last night. It's your turn tonight.
2.
Please tell the children not to make a noise. I'm trying to work.
3.
I did my best, but I still failed the exam.
4.
I don't know if I want the chicken or the fish. I just can't make up my mind.
5.
My sister's very popular. She makes friends very easily.
6.
Could you do me a favour and give me a lift to the station? Thanks.
7.
My grandfather made a fortune in business. He's a rich man.
8.
I'm going to do a course in Spanish before I go to Spain.
Okay, and again, I'll write the answers on screen so you can double check. Okay, and you can double check your answers on screen, please. Okay, now we're going to look at the other two verbs, so take and get. Again, I'd like you to do the same thing. Please match the phrases under the correct verb, please. Okay, and you can check your answers on screen, please. So, if we say take 2 tablets a day, this is from the doctor. He tells us to take 2 tablets a day. Take a long time. I think that explains itself. Take care. Take care is something we say to someone, usually when we leave them. Take care. Get a cold, of course, means get sick. Get better means to get well again. Get angry. If someone does something to annoy you, maybe you get angry. Get on well with someone means to be friendly with them and to like them. And get ready in the morning. You have a shower, brush your teeth, eat your breakfast, you get ready for school. Okay, again, I'd like you to use these phrases to complete the sentences in number 4. Okay, again, I would like you to use these phrases from the box in number 3 to complete the sentences in exercise 4. Remember, you can change the form of the verb. Okay, before we listen, I would like you to check with your partner, see if you have the same answer or not. Okay, now you've checked with your partner, let's listen and check the answers together.
Tape script 9.6. 1.
Everybody smile. I want to take a photo of you all.
2.
I know my bedroom's a mess, but don't get angry. I'll tidy it soon.
3.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Take care of yourself.
4.
Oh dear. I think I'm getting a cold.
5.
The doctor told me to take 2 tablets a day until I get better.
6.
I like Ingrid very much. I get on well with her.
7.
It takes a long time to become really fluent in a foreign language.
8.
If you don't hurry up and get ready, we'll be late for the party.
Okay, and I'll write the answers on screen as well so you can double check. Okay, and you can check your answers on screen, please. Okay, for the last exercise on this page, I'd like you to complete the questions using the correct form of make, do, take, or get. So please complete the questions. Okay, now you have finished making the questions. As usual, I'd like you to check your answers with your partner, and then we will listen to the answers. Okay, let's see if you and your partner were correct.
Tape script 9.7. 1.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
2.
What time did you get to school today?
3.
Do you always do your homework?
4.
Do you sometimes make mistakes in English?
5.
When did you last get angry?
6.
Who usually does the washing up in your family?
7.
Did you take many photos on your last holiday?
8.
Do you know anyone who has made a lot of money?
9.
Is your English getting better?
10.
Would you like to do a course in another language?
Okay, if you just double check your answers on screen, please. And now that you have the answers, I'd like you to ask and answer these questions with your partner. Remember, please don't just give really short answers. Try to explain your answers and use some of the vocabulary that you have studied in the last 2 or 3 months. Okay? Okay, now you have finished asking and answering with your partner. I'd like you to close your student's book, please. Okay, and I'm going to give you some homework for the next lesson. So, if you open your workbook, please. Okay, for homework, I'd like you to do page 51, question 6 and 7, and page 52, question 8. So, if you open your books to page 51, please. Okay, so we're going to look at number 6. Number 6, exercise 6, I want you to join the pairs of sentences using the time conjunctions in the boxes. Remember, you might need to make some changes, as after the time conjunctions we don't use future. We use the present, but we're talking about the future. So for example, number 1, she'll pay me back, she'll get some money. So change it to, she'll pay me back as soon as she gets some money. And number 7, I'd like you to choose the correct time conjunction to complete the sentences. Remember, sometimes 2 are possible. Okay, and on the next page, question 8, exercise 8, I'd like you to put the verbs in the brackets into the correct tense. And you can choose from present simple, going to for future, will for future, or present continuous. In the boxes, I'd like you to put if, when, or as soon as. So this is similar to what we did today with James and his mum at the airport. Okay, that's the homework. Good luck with the homework, and I will see you again soon for the next lesson. Goodbye and take care.